Hey guys, I'm back. So, it's been a while, I know, and I apologize for that, but the past month has been an emotional roller coaster for me, and I figured I'd take some time off and kind of allow my emotions to kind of settle before I jump back on to social media and yeah. So, thankfully, I've had amazing people in my life to help me through this past month. But I figured I would make an update video for you guys before I started posting some of my Halloween stuff that I'm doing with my friends, which I'm super excited about. But for my update video, I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about some of the things that I was going through emotionally, and here we go. So I wanted to start off with, I just turned 30, and no, that's not an emotional thing. I'm actually pretty excited about it. One, because being a life coach, people kind of look at younger people as naive and stupid to the way the world works. And even though I give great advice, being younger people always seem to think that I wasn't aware of how the world works. So being 30, it kind of feels nice because now with age comes a little bit more respect from people out there in the world. So that's exciting. And I don't feel like I look 30, so I feel like that's a good thing. But I celebrated my birthday with my close friends, which was amazing. Didn't go out to the club or anything. It was actually a lot of fun. We went to my family's cabin, which we've been doing for a lot of parties recently, and we just had a good time hanging out. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the thing that kind of shook me really hard, and it was going to the doctors for a checkup, which I think everyone needs to do at least once a year just for a checkup because, hey, it's really important. And I went and we found a lump, and it freaked me out because it freaked the doctors out, and they ended up scheduling me for tons of tests, and I went to see lots of doctors. And it was a really stressful month because I didn't find out results until towards the end of the month. And honestly, when they told me that the results were non-cancerous, that it was just a cyst and it was nothing to worry about, I literally cried because the entire month I was stressing, thinking that I was going to be dying of cancer or having to go through chemo, which would have offset everything in my life. And it's crazy to kind of have that thrown at you when you turn 30, when you're already dealing with a lot this year. And I was just an emotional mess, and I was trying to keep it together as much as I could, and I really thank all my friends and family for being there for me to help me through that, because once I found out, I couldn't keep it off of my mind. I was just constantly thinking about it, and that's not something you want to deal with for a month and not know what the results are. So I went to a radiologist. I ended up going to a dermatologist. And thank God I have insurance because all this stuff was so expensive. And thankfully most of my insurance paid for all of that. And I will say right now to anyone out there who might have a bump or a lump or something that you're worried about, even if you don't have insurance, go and get it looked at, because there's amazing ways to get stuff paid for, and the sooner you catch something the better, because you don't want to find out too late and not have any options. But thankfully, it came back negative and I'm healthy, and that's a huge relief. But another thing that happened to me last month, and if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably noticed I wrecked my car, and that was a huge disrupt to my life because I work an hour away from where I live, and that's in itself is really hard to do when you don't have a car. And it happened at the beginning of the month, right after I found out that I had something that I needed to get all the doctors to look at. So like I was kind of already focused on that. So to add that on top of all the stress of already dealing with a relationship that went bad, a job that I loved and lost, and trying to figure out what I want to do next in life, it was just kind of like, haha, now you have to figure out this. But thankfully, I had amazing people in my life. My sister Jen stepped up her game and she drove me wherever I needed to be, and my boyfriend, which I will talk about in a little bit, also helped me out. He was probably the most supportive when it came to emotional support, as well as helping me get to different places to buy a car or to look at cars. It's just crazy to think that my life can be flipped upside down and then all my amazing friends can just come in and help me. I was actually driving home. I actually stayed here in Charlottesville because it was raining really hard that night, and I was just like, this is not safe to be driving. I'm just gonna stay in Charlottesville and I'll go home in the morning. Apparently that was a bad idea as well because I wrecked my car. I was actually driving kind of around a curve, and there was like a river going across the road from one of the hurricane storms that we had here. And as soon as my front tires of my car hit it, they just kind of like went off the road. And I was used to hydroplaning because I've lived in Florida before, and hydroplaning isn't that bad. I'm really good at it. But when you are hydroplaning around a curve down a hill, your car kind of gets to decide where it goes. And my car decided to spin me 4 times around, smashing into a hill. The guy that actually stopped to make sure I was okay actually said that my car started to tip like all the way to where he could see the entire underside of my car. And then he said it slammed up against the hill and put me back on 4 tires, which I'm very thankful for, because the only thing that really got damaged was the front and the back of my car that had smashed into the hill, and the middle part where I was, other than all my stuff being thrown around the car everywhere, I was okay. I did start to get kind of back cramps and neck cramps 2 days after. I guess my body did tense up a lot during the wreck. But to have those 2 things happen right back to where it was kind of like let me know, like, hey, life is precious. You could lose it all in a heartbeat. So it just kind of opened my eyes to really appreciate all the small things in life. And I was just like going through my head like, oh my gosh, I could have been gone. Like my nephew wouldn't have had an uncle. It was just like so many things that I was just thinking about. And I'm just thankful to be here. And I'm thankful to be here so I can still talk to you guys. I'm still able to give you guys advice and do my life coaching stuff, and it would have been a shame to lose me so soon because there's so many things I still want to do. But as for my relationship, I feel like a lot of people have told me that they think that it's too soon because I did just go through a breakup, but honestly, I'm so happy. And why should I have to wait to be happy just because I got broken up with? I do think that there are some like insecurities that are still like deep within me that my last relationship caused, just because I felt like everything was still going well. Yes, we had our issues, but I didn't think that it was going to end our relationship. So to have that kind of just blow up and disappear on me, I feel like I still have some insecurities about, oh my gosh, that could happen to me again and it would destroy me. But I'm living my life the way that I want to live, and I want to be happy, and he makes me happy. And I understand why people are worried that I could get hurt, but we all get hurt, and I would rather take a risk at finding love and being happy than to throw my chances away of finding someone who would actually make me happy. The awesome thing is we actually have lots of history that kind of overlaps, even though we just met each other not too long ago. We both lived in Morgantown, and we knew some of the same people, knew all the same places. Morgantown is actually where I came out, and it was nice because we got to go back to Morgantown, hang out with his friends and family, and just kind of got to like share our memories of that place together. And it's been really nice. I've just been super happy, and honestly, he has really helped me through the last month. And I was worried because when it came to a relationship, all of that all at once, right in the beginning of a relationship, I was afraid that he would hit the roads running and never look back. But thankfully he is still here, and I'm happy. Hopefully he's happy. I think he is. but it's been really nice. I'm going to be going to Busch Gardens today with my friends and family so that we can go to the Hollow Scream thing that they've got going on there. I've already been to a pumpkin patch and corn maze with my sister and nephew, and I've just been having fun celebrating Halloween stuff. Doing a pumpkin carving party where we're dressing up, and I set up a green screen, so look forward to all those pictures showing up across my social media. Hopefully this video wasn't too long and boring. I just wanted to kind of put something out there to give you guys an update of where I was and what's happening in my life. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!